Have you ever asked yourself the question, how rich am I, and what exactly is wealth? Most people want to have a fancy car, a big house, the best things, but only a few can reach that level. Why is that? Let's start with your surroundings. Is there someone better or richer than you? I'm sure you can always find someone who is better than you at something, because if you can notice such things, then you have already reached your maximum peak. This means that you are ideal, and an ideal cannot become better because it's already ideal. Ask yourself, how old are you? Your answer doesn't matter. It could be 20, 30, or 40. What matters is that if you are not satisfied with your results, then the problem lies within you. If I were to ask you the following question, what do you want to achieve in this life? What would you answer? If you are 30 years old and you said, I want my own house, I will tell you this. It's a grand goal. Have you gotten closer to this goal throughout your life? What did you do yesterday to achieve it? What have you done in the last months? If you come home from work and waste the rest of your day doing nothing new, just repeating the same things you did 10 years ago, and you don't even have $1,000 in your bank account, what can change? Correct. Nothing will change. And if this doesn't suit you, you need to change something. It could be anything. A new job, qualification, courses, but today I want to talk about investing. Everyone has their own fate and their own path. I don't want to say that you won't achieve wealth if you don't start investing. By this thesis, I want to say that everyone has their own path to achieve their goals. I want to achieve my goals through investing, which is why I want to share my experience with you. If you think you can buy some stocks for $1,000 and expect to get rich in a month or a year, I'm sorry to say, but it's impossible. It's impossible because if you try to find someone who has done it, you won't succeed. Unfortunately, investing won't make you rich if you don't follow the basic rules of an investor. These rules are consistency in investing. It's a long process that requires constant injections. The thing is, stock prices always change. Today the price of a stock can be 100, tomorrow it can be 50. That's why if you invest a steady amount of money every month, you reduce your risks of losing your savings. Choose your strategy. You need to understand what you want and how you plan to achieve it. If you already have a large sum of savings and you want to keep that money, you should buy gold or bonds. If you want to live on passive income, you should invest in companies that pay dividends. If you want to increase your capital, you should invest in stocks of companies that are actively developing. Stop being afraid. Many people are afraid to invest because they might lose money. It's true. Investments have many risks, and that's why you need to approach this question carefully. But you must understand that if you invest your money in an index funds, for example VTI or total stock market, you own the whole world because it contains companies that are changing the world for the better. Look at this video on YouTube. This means that Google earns money from you viewing this video. To have access to the internet, you need an internet provider like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. To start your computer, you need components from AMD, Nvidia, Intel. To get electricity, you need fuel, which is extracted from ExxonMobil or Chevron. This list can go on indefinitely. All I wanted to prove is that everything is interconnected, and one cannot exist without the other. If you understand this, and buy an ETF, what are you afraid of? How can the price drop to zero? If all companies go bankrupt, it means that we will all return to the Stone Age. That's why it's impossible. If you look at history and bought stocks at the peak before one of the worst crises of all time, namely in 2008, you would have lost almost half of your investments immediately. But after 10 years, the price increased 500%. So what is there to be afraid of? This is a game where you can't lose when you follow all the rules. That's why you need to start investing today. Everyone starts small. And remember, if you don't do it today, what will change tomorrow?